under playground equipment,
On the last page.
on the middle page.
This one here, the 25.
Yes. Does the interest on that get included, get sort of moved into general reserves?
It comes into income.
Yeah. So then stays in the, well, used in by.
As that's separate to the asset register, you want to pop some questions across and then I can answer them separately.
Yeah.
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 Oh, is it? Right. Yeah.
As in the questions you're asking are separate to the to review the asset register.
Okay, move on to review the and adopt the Ackworth Parish Council standing orders. Have you all got a copy of the standing orders?
There's two in the middle of it. I sent the electronically to stop
Yeah.
printing paper.
Yeah.
No, I think they were just online. Well, they were just online. Yeah.
There are copies on the table if you need them, but yes, they're online.
Any questions on standing orders? No. So we'll take that, we'll have to have a vote on that.
Please, yeah, to adopt them.
So can I have a proposal to adopt the Parish Council standing orders as they stand? Amanda Cook, seconder, Bond. Can I have all those in favour, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Against? None against. Okay. Excuse me. 7.2. To note the current Ackworth Parish Council's financial regulations are standing pending review by the Council in June of the newly released now 2024 final financial regulations with recommendation. That's the note of 7.2. Okay. So item 7.3 to review the council's complaints procedure, and I've got an amendment to the complaints procedure, which is item 7.3 in your packs. Amendment from Councillor Sarah Balfour to insert at point 8.
Chair, I can pass these round if I've got extras to pass round to councillors. That would be helpful. Sorry.
Would you want to talk on the amendment then?
Just wait, thank you.
Everybody's had a look.
Thank you. Yes, there are a number of points on this, and they are kind of two separate issues. And so I'd like the chair's permission to move them, because I think somewhere in our standing orders it says you need permission from the chair to move more than one amendment. I think so. Thank you. So the first one is about responding about complaint. When a complaint is made and the clerk requests information or other actions and there's no response from the complainant, which has happened in the past and often ends up in a waste of time, of everybody's time, because things proceed and then the complainant doesn't engage any further, having first made the complaint. So my amendment is to insert as point 8 on this document, and then renumber the following 2 points. Because the complaint is addressed sort of to a person, it's in terms of if you do this and you do that and resolve your complaint. So I've framed it in that way. So the point I'd like to insert is, if you fail to respond within a specified time to a reasonable request from the clerk for clarification or any other relevant additional information, your complaint will be deemed to have been withdrawn. And that's really to avoid wasting time. People putting complaints in and not engaging any further with the clerk's efforts to resolve them.
Can I just ask for clarification? If you fail to respond within a specified time, are you going to specify a time?
I haven't put a I mean, I was thinking it would have to be within the 28 days response period, because our policy says that our policy says 20 days. The clerk or the chair of the council, and it does say chairman actually. I forgot to do that one. Can that be changed to chair? It doesn't need an amendment to do that, does it? The clerk or the chair of the council will notify you within 20 working days, this is point 8, of the outcome of your complaint. So my thoughts were the reasonable time, the specified time would have to be within those 20 days in order for that response time to be met.
Yeah, no, I understand, yeah. Okay. So we've got a proposed amendment to this then from Councillor Balfour. Can I have a second for the proposal? That's Councillor Hall. Any comments on that?
Well, I think we should be clear and rather than a specified time, it should be the same 20 working days as is being, as it is being done the other way, so it's even on that basis. Because you do need to take account of somebody potentially being on holiday, ill or anything like that. And so if we're saying that we'll reply to them in 20 working days, we ought to specify to them that we expect them to reply to us in the same time period.
You accept that?
Yeah.
Insert that in the, within the
20 working days instead of
20
specified
working days, yeah. Okay. So with that as an addition to your amendment, is that okay? So we've got a proposal and a second. We can see all those in favour, because we have to take these as individual. That's everybody. Thank you. So the second amendment.
Well, the second block of things is all the same issue really, because at the moment our policy says in point 6, point 7 and point 9 it refers to complaints being made to the chair of the council, who will report complaint to the complaints committee or to the full council. And 7, the clerk or complaints committee of the council or the full council as appropriate will investigate each complaint. And point 9, you may ask the complaint to be referred to the complaints committee or to the full council as appropriate. Complaints are, by their very nature, likely to be contentious, and I do think that it's important that our process is as simple as possible and as clear as possible. And as appropriate is not clear, because who decides what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate, and who decides what is appropriate and what isn't appropriate. And so my proposals would simplify the process in that initially in all those point 6, point 7 and point 9, the complaints committee of the council deals with the matter, the 3 things. Wait a minute, where's that gone? Yeah, so it's reporting the complaint to the complaints committee of the council or the full council, who decides. Investigating each complaint, so it would take out the refer to the full council, and so all those actions would be carried out by the complaints committee to make it simple and clear and direct and no ambiguity.
I can see that. I think because it's about wording, it's about in the 3 different points. I think we could take that as one amendment, because it's a repetition of the. It's just knocking off the or the full council as appropriate in all 3 cases. So I don't think it needs to be identified as different points.
Sorry, John. Before can I just say as well? So the last one So there is, it fits in as well. My last one is to add, on point 9, to add at the end, and the Complaints Committee may decide to refer the complaint to the full council. So that option for the consent to full council is still there. Sorry, I
Okay, Councillor Sherwood.
Oh, thank you. I feel that it should be the other way around, really, from the point of view of openness and transparency, to refer the complaint to the full council, who may then refer it to the complaints committee, so that there's openness, transparency and a full and balanced view at the start, and then, if necessary, then refer to the complaints committee.
But the Complaints Committee was set up to... Oh, I'm sorry, do you want to answer that? Sorry.
Well, I'll come in back in at the end, but then you guys want to...
Any other comments on that? Okay,
Complaints, as well by their nature, are often sensitive, and I can think of instances in the past where it has not been appropriate to be a complaint to the full council. I mean, for example, our point 3.2 says complaints against point 3.2. Complaints against named council employees are dealt with under the council disciplinary grievance, and that is an employee matter, and those things are confidential and shouldn't be brought to the full council. Similarly, complaints by one council employee against another council employee should be confidential and should not be the business of the full council. That's my view anyway. We have to balance in this our responsibilities as employers alongside the openness and transparency thing. That's my summary.
I'll take
It does specifically say that the complaints procedure does not apply to those points in any case. So those should not, complaints procedure would not be used for those type of personal complaints.
I'm still standing by my amendment.
Sorry,
my feeling is that you're going to get your council meeting bogged down forever if you start bringing everything to it. The whole point, presumably, of having a committee is to deal with things, so it's only the things that might be unusual or particularly important might be brought forward, so I think it should be the original way around.
I will be meeting midnight.
yeah, I think taking things straight to the full parish council is escalation of any complaint, and I think it has to be dealt with on the committee stage as we're doing everything else. We take things to committee, then we present things to full council, otherwise we get bogged down in something that might be important, might be trivial, but if it's important, then the complaints committee will bring it forward to full parish council. So I've got a proposal for this overall amendment. Can I have a second for that? I think do we have a second? You second it? Yeah. So can I take a vote on it now, please? All those in favour? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in favour. Against? None against. Okay, thank you very much. So, 7.4 to review the council's procedure for handling requests made under the Freedom of Information Act 2000 and the Data Protection Act 2018.
Just before we move on, can I just confirm that Councillor Balfour was retracted? Councillor Balfour earlier, it was a retracted amendment for this one. I did print it, but I just wanted to check it's been retracted.
To the what?
The Freedom of Information.
No, I haven't retracted it.
You haven't retracted it yet, so that's no. I printed it, but
right.
Yeah.
No, I haven't retracted. Sorry,
It's as stands, isn't it?
I did email you earlier right now, so
Yeah.
I wasn't clear. And I realised
So
that
that's an amendment to 7.4.
Yeah.
I haven't printed that one off myself, but I'll just find it on here.
I've printed it here, so...
Oh, right, okay, thank you.
Again, Councillor Balfour, if you want to.
I haven't got it in front of me, but I'll find it on the screen, it's all right. I'll find it here, I was just looking for it. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry, John, could you read it, Chair, could you read it out, please? Sorry.
Point 7, exemptions.
So it's point 7 on the freedom of information policy.
Yeah. So that's exemptions. You want to read it out, the whole thing out? Look, you've got
The amendment, if you
So
will.
the amendment is insert after it would cost too much or take too much time, staff time to deal with the request. Insert staff time will be calculated at £25 per hour and costs may aggregated for related requests within 60 days from the same person or from people who seem to be working together. And that's the quote.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. I mean, that information is taken directly from the Information Commissioner's office. The Office of the Information Commissioner, the Information Commissioner's office website. And it's just setting out in detail the circumstances under, well, how we'd reach a point at which a charge would determine whether something costs too much, whether the cost is too great, because it's just adding more detail to that point about the cost. It was cost too much to take staff time. It's saying what too much is basically, and too much is over £450. And again, it's giving some indication there that staff time should, which again is what I'm asking us to agree on, because this is what's on the Information Commissioner's website. Staff time will be calculated at £25 an hour, and that when calculating the cost of complying, you can aggregate the costs of all related requests that are received within 60 working days from the same person or from people who seem to be working together. So it's adding more detail to that first bullet point of the 7 exemptions, and it's all stuff that's just taken off the Information Commission Office website.
Okay, any comments or thoughts on that? Another second bit. Councillor Cook. Can I take a vote on it? All those in favour of the amendment? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All those against? None against. Thank you. That stands. So the last policy is review the council's policy dealing with the press and media. The only comment I can make on this is something that's already been mentioned on number 5, communication with the press and public. It mentions chairman of the council or chairman of the relevant committee, chairman, so chairman. I think that's, if we could put chair instead of chair, do we really need to take a vote on that, or?
As long as everyone's all in favour. If everyone's all in
Is
favour.
everybody in favour of just knocking the man out of it? Oh, right, okay. So any comments on communication and engagement policy? Are we all happy with that as it stands? Okay. Just have a show of hands if everybody's okay with that, just to make sure that's everybody's all right with that. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we get on to item 8 on the agenda, which is committees, subcommittees, outside bodies and delegation arrangements for annual review. As standing chair, I just think, I know this is an item that we usually deal with at this meeting every year. We have them for 3 of the last 5 years. I'm just mindful that we've got an election coming up of 2 new councillors. Hopefully there'll be councillors who will want to take part in the committee system and actually, work with other parish councillors in the committee system. So it seems to me that it would be a bit of a shame not to wait till after the election. Whoever's elected in the election, give them a chance to be part of this. I mean, what do people think? I mean, my proposal is that we defer this until, it would have to be till July the 10th, the next meeting after next, because we won't have the election before then. I mean, what do people think? Can I make that as a proposal?
I think that makes sense.
So you're asking that we stay the same as we are with the committee membership
Until,
and then till July, the July meeting.
yeah. I don't. The only worry is that since the allotments committee, will that be? Oh no, it's still 1, 2, 3, 4. No, there's enough people on there. Is that okay with everybody if we do that? As long as we're for it.
Yeah.
On it. So we'll defer this item until the 10th then, if that's okay. Yeah?
Yeah.
So we're referring the whole of section 8.1 all the way through to 8.6, just to confirm.
Yeah, well, I think so. So it gives everybody a chance then
Point
to...
in terms of reference, review delegation arrangements, committees, staff.
Oh, we can do that 8.2, can't we, in terms of reference for the committees? Or do you want to...
It's up to council, I'm just checking so I can read it correctly.
Wouldn't it be more relevant to do them with the people who are going to be?
Yeah, I think it's...
Can I just check, are you sure the allotment committee will be quorum? Because I know I won't be able to come in forum. I think Martin said he wasn't. Am I right?
Right.
Well, I'm imagining that.
Not on the allotments.